letter is W, and this is probably my favorite letter to construct. It is a top start letter. We are going to diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. Okay, that's all there is to the capital W. Please put your finger up in the air. You're going to diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. For the lowercase, it's exactly the same, except that it's a middle start. You're going to do diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. And you're done. Using your pointer finger, I would like you to go ahead, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to our other paper. Okay, you're going to find the W on the third row of the capital letters. Again, it's a top start. We're going to go diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. For your second time tracing it, again, top start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. Again, for your third time tracing this capital W, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. The next thing I'd like you to do is find your lowercase w, which is also on the last row of the lowercase letters. It is a middle start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. Again, middle start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up, and your third time tracing this letter is middle start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. Go ahead and erase so we can switch to the other side. And on row number 1, we are simply going to be doing the capital W. It is a top start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. Second example, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. And notice I've given myself a little less space in between because W seems to be kind of a wide letter. I'm doing a little less space in between than I normally do. Top start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. And the last one is a top start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. Now for the second row, we're going to do just lowercase letters, and we're just going to switch it to middle start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. Again, for your second example, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. And on your third example and fourth example. For row number 3 and 4, we're going to go ahead and do the combination of capital W and lowercase w. Capital W starts at the top, lowercase w starts at the middle. Capital W, lowercase w. Capital W and lowercase w. And you're going to go ahead and make 3 more sets on line number 4. For line number 5 and number 6, I chose this word on purpose because I see a lot of students spelling it incorrectly. It's the word was. Now, was sounds like it has a Z in it. It doesn't. It has an S. To spell was, and this is just one of those words that you have to know how to spell and how to read it very quickly. It's one of those high frequency words. And I would like you to do a middle start because we're going to pretend that was is not the beginning of our sentence in this case. Middle start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. For A, it's a little bit below that middle line. Curve up, curve down, touch, retrace back down with a monkey tail. And then the S, curve up, curve down, curve around. Again, was, even though it sounds like it has a Z, does not. It has an S at the end. So W, A, S. And you're going to spell was 2 more times with W, A, S. Number 7 and number 8, we are going to do the word wish. Now, wish, again, we're going to pretend this does not begin the sentence, so it's going to be lowercase. If it were starting the sentence, you would use an uppercase. Lowercase w, middle start, diagonal down, diagonal up, diagonal down, diagonal up. The I, you're going to middle start, come down, monkey tail, pick your pencil up to dot your I. The S is a little bit below that middle line, curve up, curve around, curve up, curve down, curve around, and then the H is a top start. The sh sound is an SH combination. And so at the top start for the H, you're going to come down, retrace back up with a hill and a monkey tail. Again, the sh sound is the SH. Okay, wish, again, W, I, S, H. And then you're going to do wish again 2 more times on line 8. All right, when you are done with this activity, please make sure you take a picture and upload it to your Seesaw.